So we're gonna move on to Carbon X. Is there a game or a movie or even an animated series that's horror that you think is underrated, that you think more people should see or play?
Probably not the top of my head, because when it comes to horror stuff, I just mainly look at the popular stuff. I'm not that curious with the horror genre, so.
Okay, so there's nothing that you think that's worth that you think that you played or that you've seen that was maybe underrated.
I mean, it's not underrated. It's not underrated. But,
okay, all
that's the
right.
thing.
So you have nothing. You have nothing. That's all right. That's all right.
Because I'm not crazy with the horror genre. Horror genre.
Yeah, it's not your favorite genre.
Yeah.
I get it. So Nintendo 83. What about you? Movie or video game?
It's not underrated, but it's dated. I think it's very like I watch in as much as we feel about Will Smith days, I watch I Am Legend again. And I was watching and I'll admit this had something to go with my psyche too. Psyche what's been going on with me. But a lot of the nuances in there, and I watched that again. I feel that's an underrated horror movie because I remember taking psychology back in college, and they said like if you were left alone by yourself for a long time, and then he had a scene where he was walking in the movie theater and walking with the mannequins, the coke was going crazy, and I was like, if they put that in more movies, like nuances, because you have your lone hero, but they never go off the psychological effects of being alone and being stressed out in so many aspects. So I would say
I am not going to knock your pick. I mean, it's your obviously your freedom to pick what you want to pick. But I was going to say this is a shit movie. This is a shit movie. This movie is dog shit. I remember I hated it when it came out, and I hate it now. I just remember thinking there are certain actors that you could put in certain roles where they could be by themselves and they're acting, and you're convinced. And Will Smith isn't fucking one of them. I'm sorry. He was horrible in this movie. He's a horrible actor. He'll always be a horrible actor. He'll always be a mediocre actor, and he was the wrong. Other than we're gonna try and bring people to the movie because he's a popular actor, even though I don't think he's that great of an actor. He's a popular actor, so he draws butts to the seats. But he did a horrible job. This movie was shit. I hated this movie with a passion. I couldn't understand why people liked it. I just thought it was so bad. I was like, I mean, this face right here, the mutated human, this perfectly, in my opinion, kind of illustrates the movie. It's ridiculousness. It's utter ridiculousness.
That wasn't bad for his time. Sorry,
terrible, dude.
That wasn't that bad for his time.
It looks horrible.
No, look, you can't. Not that bad for his time.
You cannot tell me. They were doing shit in the 80s. They look better than this.
Everything back in the day.
This shit back in the 80s look better than this, dude. The freaking 80s look better than this. This shit looks terrible. This shit looks terrible. That's the thing. They're not zombies. That's the thing. This shit looks awful. They're not vampires. They're like the mutated humans or whatever.
Yeah, they're vampires.
They were not vampires. They were not vampires.
That's the thing about it. It's based off a book called The Omega Man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And the thing about the Omega Man is they are vampires. And that goes it goes into Hollywood. I'm saying it's underrated because, and I'll admit it's because of what type of mood I was in last week when I watched this movie, and then things started clicking in together. But the Omega Man, they actually were vampires. It was caused by vampires, and he go like.
Well, in this fucking movie, they were not vampires. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen the movie. Let me just look it up. Go ahead.
They were burned by the sunlight.
Keep talking. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, they do get burned by the sunlight. Yeah, that's right.
I liked it. I felt it was interesting and stuff. Like this is one of those movies I never got to see the trailer or anything like that. I just happened just to go, just go and check it out, and I really wasn't knowing what to expect, in it and anything. But I like the elements. He was alone. And even like the people that were like the zombie with their human, it's like, okay, you got to see what the story was with that, of why they're like that. But then you're trying to see that, they're trying to, find a cure for themselves as well too. But of course, the virus, whatever, got them going wild and crazy. You know, just trying to survive.
Yeah, I guess we were both
I have a
right.
question for the- I have a
Hold
question
on,
for the
wait. We were both right because it says an attempt to genetically re-engineer the measles virus to cure cancer becomes lethal, infecting 99% of the world's population, turning those it does not kill into vampiric albino cannibalistic mutants called dark seekers, who are extremely vulnerable to sunlight and prey on the few who are left unaffected. All I can say, guys, is that this is a shit movie. It's a shit movie. I don't get it.
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad. It was pretty bad. I don't get the I don't get the adulation that people put upon it. I don't get the
Like what I always keep telling you.
Maybe it's because I'm just not a big fan of Will Smith's acting, and I don't mean like I like Will. Before the simp slap heard around the world, I thought Will Smith was at least a decent, like he's a likable person. He probably still is. I just think he made black men in particular look bad with the simp slap. But I've never thought he was a good actor. Never, ever in my life. And the only time he seems to do decent in a role is when he's either playing he's kind of playing himself, or he's playing off of someone else who's a good actor, like when he did in Enemy of the State when he was playing off Gene Hackman's. You know, but usually when he's by himself, which he was in this movie, I was like, hey guys, he just can't hold a movie. I'm sorry, he's fucking terrible. He's dog shit. He's a dog shit actor. I don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't get it. And I'm sorry, everything about this movie, plot, the way that the movie had progressed, even the parts like, you know how you say he was talking to the mannequins, it's like shit came off as like who did a better job than it? It was the same principle. It just wasn't a science fiction movie. It was Castaway, Tom Hanks, way better. He's way better. Goddamn Will Smith. Because you know, like he's an actual actor. He can actually act. But Will fucking Smith, man, I'm sorry, he's bad casting for this, man. I mean, it's good casting if you want to bring butts to the seats. But if you want to make true art, something that, you know, that really inspires somebody, it's not fucking Will Smith, man. It's just not.
That movie wasn't that bad.
Look, I'm telling you, it wasn't. It wasn't. The movie was.
Telling you,
the
man,
movie. No,
it's
Carbon. The movie wasn't just bad. It was dog shit.
It wasn't that bad, but I always keep telling you they don't not making these movies for you. They're making movies for the college person. I don't understand it. Telling you, these people are not making movies for you. They're making it for the common person who makes the most money.
You keep saying that, and that's true. That's true. That doesn't mean I'm not going to. That doesn't mean I'm not going to critique it. That doesn't mean I'm going to point out how much of a dog shit it is.
Ain't dog shit, man.
I like
the movie dog shit.
I like this.
All right,
it was entertaining, man.
Movies.
It was entertaining.
The entire movies for people to watch.
You know this movie reminded me of, even though like it doesn't remind me as far as like the story, but would remind like the feeling that I got when I watched it. You guys ever seen Dark Knight Rises with Christian Bale as Batman and Tom Hardy as Bane? Bro. I didn't see what you. I saw it with my friend Nick. Were you there? I don't know if you were there or not.
Yes, I was there because I was talking shit to Nick.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass. Remember, I was laughing my ass off throughout that movie, but I was just laughing at how bad it was. I was like, how can we get from the same director who did Batman Begins and Dark Knight? Like, how do we get this? How do we get this trash? That's how. When I watched this movie, I was laughing my ass. Like, this is so horrible.
Like that.
Maybe it's just me. Like I don't know, because I know a lot. Because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who like this movie. I do. I know a lot of people. I don't get it. I don't get it. This movie's awful. It's awful. But anyway, it's your pick. If you say it's underrated, you think more people should watch it. Hey, you know, more power to you. I think I watched it to laugh. When I watched it, I did laugh. I'll never watch this movie again. I just can't. I can't stomach it. Just like I'll never watch Dark Knight Rises again. It's just certain things where the chemistry isn't there, and I don't think the chemistry was there in this movie. This was a very, you know, let's get Will Smith. He's popular. People like him. Let's put him in this movie that he really doesn't deserve to be in. He doesn't have the acting chops for this type of role. Hey, let me give you guys a good example of what I mean by Will Smith's horrible acting.
He's not that bad, man.
No, he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad. Will Smith, Winter's Tale.
I like him, man.
This year,
like Bad Boys.
This is mean, bro.
This
he
is
carried Prince of Bel-Air. He carried that TV show, bro.
See, that's the other thing. This is why I know black people we're done for. We're done for. Because see, when I was growing up, most black people thought the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was like, all right, it's corny funny, like ha ha ha, it's gimmicky funny. Most black people I know, they thought the real show that was funny was Martin. And I know, God, Prince of Bel-Air, that was for white people.
What the world?
That was for white people. That was for white people. Like, ha ha, kiki over some corny ass
dances and shit.
Out of the,
I like both.
Out of your comfort, out of your environment type of thing. Oh, let's bring this kid from the ghetto into the rich Bel-Air, California community or whatever. But I never identified with that show. I've only seen a few episodes, and the stuff I have seen is like, this shit's not funny. It's not funny. But Martin fucking Lawrence, the Martin show, that shit was hilarious. It was hilarious, man. But anyway. And just the fact that black kids now identify more with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air than Martin.
I mean, that's also we identify more with Everybody Hates Chris. Everybody Hates Chris was a good show.
I will say that was pretty funny. I will say
that was a good show. I would say
that was pretty funny. Anyway, but anyway,
they're coming out with an animated one now.
I want to show you just how bad Will Smith is.
Corey in the House was okay.
I want to show you. This is Will Smith. He's playing Lucifer. I'm about to tell you, he's playing Lucifer from a movie called The Winter's Tale. It was a shit movie for a shit actor.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either, but I saw this scene and I die laughing.
Hello, Burley.
Hello, Your Honor. Sir.
Oh, of course.
I'm here to request special dispensation regarding the boundaries of jurisdiction.
Proceed.
I'd like permission to travel north of the city, Your Honor.
Well, that is quite a request, Pearly, considering what happened last time.
Now, before we wait, before we continue, I don't even really have to continue. Just that one exchange right there. I think it's far worse. Just that one, you can tell when someone doesn't have natural gravitas. You can tell when someone doesn't know how to deliver a line. And that one scene where Will Smith just kind of looks up and he delivers this line, I was like, this is an amateur. He's a fucking amateur. He's horrible. He's not good. But anyway, let's continue.
How about you? We're going to make you scale his dialogue and you do this exact scene.
Well, Demon, let's get this over with.
Pearly Soames, Warden of Manhattan and the 5 boroughs, on what grounds do you make this request?
I've come to believe that a human is on the verge of using his miracle, which would be a formidable advancement for the other side.
Evidence?
The presence of guardian angels, Your Honor. Both the White Dog in the east and Cecil Mature.
What else?
Well, I've had a vision. A red-haired girl, drawn in a fugue with the blood of a virgin.
Pearly, that could be anyone.
Okay. Lou, I mean, he's already been seen with a girl matching that exact.
You said pause it?
Yeah, Brian, you double hate this because I really remember how much you hate Russell Crowe.
Well, here's the thing. Russell Crowe, I think, is a decent actor. It's just a lot of the roles that he's in. I just don't like some of the movies that he's in. But he can, like, Russell Crowe can act. I've seen him in. It was a movie called The Beautiful Mind. He can act his ass off when he wants to. Even in this, he's doing okay.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, even in this, I think he's doing okay. But man, Will Smith, guys, you're gonna see.
It's not that bad, but what the world are you talking?
She's dying.
And he loves her?
Purely, entirely, and with all his heart.
So you believe it is his miracle to save her?
I do, sir. Yes, Your Honor, I do.
A man's destiny is often not what it seems.
I understand that, sir. I do. I understand that, but I have a feeling about this one, you know.
You trained him, picked him up off the street, the son you never had. Embarrassing, no?
Shit happens. Your Honor, I just need the permission to go north.
Denied. This one is too personal. Your prohibition from the Northern Territories is upheld.
Lucifer! I need to stop this one now!
Now,
Now.
you have no idea what now is. Now I was flying. Now I breathed fire and I ate them as they fled. Now I whipped my tail and the winds trembled. Now I am hidden in this pale shade of flesh and bone. Now I am witness to man's eternal salvation. Now I am witness to his demise. Do not speak to me of time, demon. Its simplest ebbs and turns elude your meager understanding. Find another way now!
I was going to see that.
That's not that bad.
What was that?
Okay,
I remember this
not
movie.
that
I've never seen this part. Yeah.
He said now you can feel the anger in his voice. What are you talking about?
No, the
You can feel the anger in his voice when he was like saying, "No, you know?" I'm sorry, that's not that bad. It was really
the fake
like,
CG thing. I was like, this is fucking terrible. I'm sorry. The dude
really,
freaking,
it's not that bad.
Well, I don't think that's
that motherfucker.
He able to convey the emotion he felt when it was anger at the end. I'm sorry.
Look,
he was able to convey
Carbon,
that. He was able to convey that anger.
Carbon, just because you convey an emotion doesn't mean you convey the emotion in a way that's convincing. That motherfucker's not convincing.
Pretty convinced on that. Like, he was definitely angry.
You know why?
Like, what do you mean? If the goal was for him to be angry.
Because you're uncultured and you have horrible taste. That's why.
It's just you are over ridiculously analyzing every little thing. That's a problem.
If you think
these movies aren't made for you.
If anyone thinks that performance by Will Smith right there as a good actor, you don't know dog shit. You don't know your ass from your mouth. You think that was good acting?
That's really nice. Right. It's not that.
That was fucking.
It's not.
That's
There's a lot worse actors and performances than that. It's not. It's not that bad. It really isn't, bro.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I mean,
it's not that bad.
Awful.
It's not the best in the world.
But I digress.
It's not like it's just terrible.
Carbon, we've said our piece. Let Viggo and Nintendo 83. You guys tell me. Yeah, am I overthinking this? I mean,
it's not.
Carbon. Let them say their piece, man.
I mean, there's other movies, you know. I mean, it.
No, you're talking about, we're talking about that one. With that scene right there, okay. You're gonna honestly tell me
what scene?
That's not even mediocre. That's just horrible. This shit was horrible, dude. All right.
I mean, maybe he was just trying to like embody. Okay,
no.
Lucifer
yeah, he was trying. He was trying. He was trying. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's just
stop it.
It's just like, you know. I just felt like you know. I don't know. I guess I'm looking at it from like the art form of it. It's like, okay, yeah, you know, Lucifer, he's powerful, he can do all this stuff and all like that, and he's just trying to hold it back. And it's like the way how Will Smith is acting in it, you know, he's just, you know, trying to keep himself composed. Cause I mean, for him to get that angry too, I'm looking for maybe to throw something, but you know, I guess they, portray with the, with the CG was, you know,
yeah, it was horrible. Even
coming out like that.
Even the blocking, even the blocking. Look, even the blocking. Look, even the blocking.
I don't think that's Will's fault on that.
That is Will. No, that's Will. That's 100% Will. That's 100% Will. Because you hold on, wait. If you give the same lines to somebody like Robert De Niro, right? Or Gary Oldman, right? Or Denzel Washington, or Morgan Freeman, or Lawrence Fishburne. That they would have destroyed that shit, dude. They would have destroyed it. You would have been way more convincing. Way more convincing. In fact,
that like on the casting people?
It is. It is. I agree. Look. Will Smith's one of those guys where people love to like him. Same thing with what's his name? Keanu Reeves. They're not great actors, but they're popular actors. People love to like them, but they're not great actors. Mm-hmm. And this scene proves that 100% without a doubt. Proves it. Not every actor has a stinker or two, but my problem, Will Smith's almost his entire catalog is a stinker. You know what I'm saying? The guy can't act his way out of a shoebox. The guy's fucking terrible. He's awful. But let's let Matungo say his piece.
No.
No, he didn't. No. Look, that's not well. That's not well. That's bad. That's awful.
It's
awful.
Not that
But Matungo, please.
Hey, now, Bad Boys. Now,
we ain't talking about Bad Boys. We ain't talking about Bad Boys. Look. Will Smith could play himself. I think he's kind of playing himself when he's in Bad Boys.
Just like Men in Black. Even Men in Black,
he's playing himself, and he has a more seasoned, older actor like Tommy Lee Jones to play off of. So, those movies are good because of Tommy Lee Jones. You know what I'm saying? And Will Smith is kind of like the comic relief. He's a young. He brings a young, youthful energy. He brings the young, and it works. Even Enemy to State, it was a similar. Because Enemy to State, I think, is one of Will Smith's best movies. It ain't because of fucking him. But it's one of his best movies because you could put anybody else in that role and it would have been just as good in my opinion. But Matungo, you haven't said anything, please. Surprisingly,
matter of fact, you want to look up a good Lucifer scene? Look up the prophecy.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna pull it up. What's his name? He played Aragon. Yeah, he played Aragon. Damn. Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, that's the name. I'm about to say that.
Now we're gonna see the real acting. We're about to see the real acting right here, right?
Will Smith wasn't even convincing in that.
He wasn't. That's what I'm saying. He was not convincing at all.
Nah, we're gonna let you guys act. You guys want to keep complaining? We're gonna let you guys act.
We don't.
Even though he was. Although in another Lucifer scene, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and
in my opinion, he did a little bit of overacting in that, but it was still far better than that scene right there with Will Smith. Or what's his name? What's the guy's name? The guy that plays It, the original It. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about Tim Curry. Him as
Darkness in Legend. I mean, this guy just exudes Satan in that. I mean, in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Even Robert De Niro did a really good Satan in that one movie with homegirl from the Huxtables, the light skinned girl from the Huxtables. He played in a movie that he played the devil, which was he did a really, really good job. Sardo Numspa. From The Golden Child, he plays that demon. I mean, way more convincing than Will Smith as Lucifer in this role right here. So I'm sorry. You can bring your standards down so low just to say, hey, he didn't do that bad. No, he did bad. He did bad.
It's not that bad.
Compared to the other people who played similar roles. They destroy him. But we're going to pull it up right here. Prophecy, Viggo Mortensen. Let's see here.
To really compare it, you have to get a sample size, like a big sample size.
Man, please, you trying to bring that? Nah, you trying to bring that? No, because you're trying to bring that. You're trying to bring Uncle Dave's. Well, let's put this scientific. So if more people like it, then it must be better. It ain't true because
you're the one that's trying to compare.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true because look, a lot of people like the Fast and Furious movies, and most people say they're trash movies. They just like to go see it because of the cars and the girls and shit like that. But most people would agree that those are horrible movies, but they like them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say just because more people watch this movie or whatever here, and therefore it is better. That's just not true. You know, because there's a number of factors that can go into why a movie is more successful. It could one movie was a better movie, but just didn't have a good marketing budget. You know, or it just didn't fit the zeitgeist of the time. You know what I'm saying? There's movies that have become popular and become cult classics because people recognize. We even talked about this in one of our previous podcasts. People recognize the brilliance of it later, like that movie, The Thing, right? But for whatever reason, it just didn't hit the core of people at the time. So it's just not a good way to do it. But anyway, let's look at what's this right here?
Viggo.
I'm trying to figure out which one is the best one. I don't want to watch this one. It's 9 minutes long. Let's watch it. I think this is it. Yeah. Looks like I already started watching this.
Or we can talk.
Let me rewind it. I know. I don't think this is it. I think it's the "I love you more than Jesus" scene. That part's only 15 seconds. Here, let's do the 60 second area.
War's over. It's done.
No. I want you both to come home with me.
Never.
I love you more than Jesus.
You owe me one. You're gonna ask me to take you home.
No, you will. Because anything else will be worse than you could ever imagine.
I have my soul. And I have my faith. What do you have? Angel.
Viva Vida, Thomas.
Is he coming back? I don't think so.
I think
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
but
it. There was another scene where they first introduced him.
Yeah, I think that's this one right here. I wasn't play that one too.
No, it was that night. It was that night.
I'm sorry, that scene was not.
I'm sorry, that was way better.
That's far better.
That was not better. That was
way
better.
better.
He just did that little whisper voice. That wasn't building this at all.
I'm sorry, that shit was.
Will Smith was trying to knock a whole villain. When
No. See, you don't understand. You don't understand. See, this is what I'm talking about when, and some of it's just because you're young, Caliph, and you're not as well read. But when you read up on what Satan is, right, and what his character is, right. He's not overt.
Let me
finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. Can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish what I'm saying? Satan is never overtly evil like that, right? He doesn't just come out or whatever. He slyly does things. So that's why he added the whispering in there. Because the context is, I wish you could have seen the whole movie, because the whole movie is he's actually helping them. He's actually helping the so-called heroes in this movie, because this is war in heaven. God has disappeared, and this is war in heaven between rivaling angels, right? Sometimes I don't even think you realize this is Satan at a certain point in the movie. So at the end, when you see him rip out that dude's heart, right, and then he's like, you see him for his first time in his true raw form, where he's like reveling in the destruction. That's why he has the blood and it's all over his mouth, and he's just like, I love you more than Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to convince them. He whispers in your ear. He doesn't. No. It's just utter ridiculousness. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the subtlety that I like. I think that definitely that I like the subtlety of the performance more than this overt ridiculousness, because sometimes overt can work. It just doesn't work for Will Smith. Subtlety doesn't even work for Will Smith. The guy's just not a good actor. He's just not convincing. But let's watch this scene right here. Yeah.
We must talk.
Oh my
God? God is love.
I'll say this too. The blocking, I think, for these scenes are way better than what they showed in that Winter's Tale, because one of the things I think they were trying
that's definitely
one of the things I think they were trying to show in the Winter's Tale one with Will Smith is because Satan he's the accuser, right? So it was almost like a little trial, plead your case. I see what they were trying to do, but the shit was corny. It was lame. And then like what they were trying to do to be subtle, but it was just so it was something you could tell they're trying to be subtle, but it was just lame. Like right there, real subtlety is right there where you hear him talking, but his face is silhouetted, right? So you can't see his mouth. That's far more frightening than what they try to do in the Winter's Tale, because the subtle thing they try to do in Winter's Tale is you see his shadow in the background. So as he's doing his now, all right, you see like flames and stuff in the shadows. Like get the fuck out of here! This shit was lame, dude. So fucking lame. But anyway, let's continue.
I can't do this.
I can lay you out and fill your mouth with your mother's feces, or we can talk.
So stop it. Stop. All right. So the reason why I wanted to bring up the scene is Will Smith had that facial apparition he did towards the end of that thing.
That they did with some fake ass CG. Yeah,
it was just CG. All he did is like it was intimidating. Just
opening his mouth. I know.
Opening his mouth.
Yeah.
I sat there like when I was barely paying attention. I looked up like, what the?
That's why I say CG doesn't. There's sometimes less is more, right? All they did was he did it in a menacing face, opening his mouth, and they put a cool sound effect on it, and you achieved a much better effect than that weird ass thing they did with Will Smith. It was like, get the fuck out of here, man! That shit was lame, dude. But let's continue.
Are you an angel?
I am the first angel, loved once above all others. A perfect love. But like all true love, one day it withered on the vine.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
This is not it.
No, and this is what I mean.
You know, Caleb.
No, wait.
No, let me get him.
No,
but
wait.
If it doesn't have anything to do with sparkles and pixie dust, I realize something. He doesn't have any love for it. He doesn't appreciate cinema.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't appreciate subtlety. He doesn't appreciate subtlety, and I get that. I mean, it's not your fault, Caleb. You just from a different era.
It's not even an era thing, man. I know plenty of kids appreciate a good movie, but every time
what I'm saying is he's just from a different era, because they think we were talking about this the other day, Carbon, that attention, bombastic behavior, doing stupid shit to get attention is their currency now.
Yeah, that's kind of
so subtlety and acting and stuff like that.
Unless I can tell if the game supposed to have some kind of calculated villain, like the guy in for example, like the villain. I'm like villains like that. I can say it's like the calculated villain. I'm like, okay, cool, we can do like that.
No, because if it doesn't have pixie dust, you don't care about it.
What do you?
That's your new name. It's not carbon anymore. It's pixie dust.
Hey, shut up, man.
What are you talking about, bro?
Baby shit.
Look, man, if you're gonna make
not even true.
If you're gonna make a critique,
I'm making a critique like everything he has.
But you don't have to say all that shit. Come on, man.
I don't like there's something to agree upon. And like most things he says is just
look. All right, guys. Okay, enough. Enough. All I'm
saying. We're not
saying,
talking about my projects. We're talking about your pixie dust. I'm just got a pocket full right now.
Demetrius, something that can actually exist. At least
all right, guys.
Hold on,
guys.
You jump in your tutu and run around the room all day.
You're gonna have plenty of time.
All right, guys. Look, remember, guys, we're still running the show here. Like, so if we're all yelling and talking, our 4 or 5 people who are gonna watch this are gonna be able to hear us. So, look, all I'm gonna say, and I'll unmute you, Carbon, so you can respond, is that maybe you're right. I'm from a different generation. I appreciate subtlety in acting. I think what Will Smith did was atrocious. I think it was a stain on acting. It's not real acting. Part of acting is you should be able to be bombastic and subtle and be convincing. And I'm sorry, even if you don't like this, you cannot tell me he's not more convincing as Satan than goddamn Will Smith. But I'll mute you. Carmen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, but I mean, I don't necessarily feel like he's Satan. If that's what you're trying to say, I don't really feel that. And I don't feel like either one of them Satan. To be honest, I don't really feel it me personally. But
okay, all
right. If the goal is to be a villain,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Will Smith did the better job.
No,
but I feel like he's just trying to really trick her in this scene. It's not really being like a
that's what.
villain.
All right, what do you know about the devil? What do you know about Satan?
He lives in hell. He's evil.
Okay, and that's what I mean. It's a cultural thing. I know you. I know you.
Like,
I know. Wait, Carbon. I know you. I know your parents had you in the church, but you didn't learn anything. The devil is a trickster. See, you know what's the saying? Where they say the greatest trick the devil
ever pulled was
convincing the world that he doesn't exist. The devil is a trickster. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I think if you had a little bit more of a cultural basis, you can understand why we think this performance is better than now. The president ebbs and flows. Fucking awful, dude. Awful. But I'm gonna unmute Rotundo83 if he promises not to insult you and just have a critique. If you have a critique, say it, man. But you don't got to insult the dude. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep arguing if he wants to.
But go ahead, Mutundo.
I already have the best comeback though.
Mutundo, go ahead. Mutundo, can you hear us? Oh, I think I deafened him. Mutundo, can you hear us? I said if you don't have an insult.
I know y'all couldn't read that, but I'm just saying Pixie Dust 2024.
Look, the Mutundo, I unmuted. Hey guys, we're not gonna go through this again, okay? Let's stick to it. If you have a valid critique, go ahead and say what you guys say.
I didn't hear anything y'all just said for the last 5 minutes.
I know, because you were busy trying to insult somebody rather than listening to us. You know, but
I'm glad to listen.
We're going to let Viggo say his piece.
Of course.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like, you know, the one with Will Smith and you know, in that performance, at first I didn't even, you know, at first I was trying to figure what was going on. Like, is he really the devil? I was like, oh, I guess he is the devil in this and all. You know, just me from that clip. But then I remember, oh yeah, I have seen parts of this movie before, and I mean, it's not convincing to me in that performance and stuff. But then I still feel like it's not Will Smith. I mean, if this was like Will Smith movie that he produced, and okay, I want to play as this person, and yeah, but it's like I feel like that's just, you know, casting.
Man, I'm sorry. Even the movies he produces himself, man, he's just not a good actor, man. He's just not a good actor. But anyway, you guys.
But I just feel like the one you just showed right here was the prophecy that it's just that subtlety that he doesn't, you know.
He doesn't have to be.
It's just less is more convincing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Less is more convincing.
He doesn't have to be bombastic.
Play off of it.
Yeah. So when you see these scenes in the middle of the movie, and then you see the end where he kind of finally unleashes and he rips that dude's heart out of his chest. You're like, oh, he was helping you guys.
So this whole time he could have did that.
Yeah, he was helping you guys, but this is still Satan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we'll play a little bit more of it. Yeah.
But think about it. Hold on. Pause. We go too far.
Yeah.
And even this main villain, Christopher Walken and Viggo Mortensen, they could have been interchangeable there, because Christopher Walken was intimidating as Gabriel.
Yeah.
The whole entire movie. Mm-hmm. Versus whatever the hell Will Smith is trying to do.
Yeah. But we're gonna play the rest of it.
What about like Constantine?
That was a good devil too, but he was more of like a. If you want, we'll play that one, because that was actually, he's one of my favorite versions of Lucifer too. That was good, but his was more of a comedic take, but I still liked it. It was light years ahead of Will Smith's take for sure. But let's play this rest of this here.
Come to feed on the guts of your little Mary.
Are you a part of it?
No, Catherine. Other angels have made this war because they hate you. You and all humans. God has put you in his grace and pushed them aside. They're desperate. They've never been able to conquer the other loyal angels, and so this war has remained in state
Brian, can you pause it?
of years. And while this state of
and the thing about this too, as well too, as he's talking, if you listen to like the music and the sound effects and it helps bring
it helps it
dog howling and stuff.
Also,
and then you know in the Will Smith one, you don't really you know, you're in that little that room. It's like right here. It's more you know you feel the mood.
The mood. Yeah, the lighting and everything, and even the if again Carbon you know once you get past this base level understanding of what Lucifer is and the myth that goes behind it, and so the point where you're not convinced by it is now it's just bombastic whatever. When he's talking here, you're starting to understand that not only I think is his delivery better, but whoever wrote this understands the lore. Now they did a little bit of that in the Will Smith one, but it was just so poorly delivered. You're not even listening to it. I'm just laughing at how ridiculous it is. But you know, because essentially what the story is that I think God is absent or somehow, and the angels are fighting.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
What happened was there was the guy who he's talking to in the first clip. He finds a Bible, and it's a weird Bible because it has an extra chapter in it, and it talks about second war in heaven.
Second war in heaven, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is it's not God wasn't there. It's just the angels are trying to find his soul. The soul of the most evil
man to lead the
deprived man that ever was. And if they have his soul, they'll be able to like win over the loyal angels in heaven. So Gabriel, he hates humans, and he comes down and goes through and tries to find the soul. And when they find the soul, it's inside this little girl. And it's just overall just nuance. It just is not over the top. It's
a real dark noir supernatural type of movie. But I was going to say that, you know, I think when it comes to the lore, when it comes to Satan, this performance I think better portrays what Satan is. He's not going to outwardly come bombastic, whatever. No, he tries to slyly trick you into things, like how he slyly supposedly tricked Eve into eating the fruit of life, right? Or no, the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. Was it the fruit of life or the fruit? I think it was the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. You know what I'm saying? He's a trickster. So right here, you know what I'm saying? He's showing a little bit of his brutal side, but he's also being kind of soft with her because he wants to make an allegiance with her. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep playing.
Affairs endures. No soul can meet its God. Your parents and their parents and so on from the beginning lie still in wormy earth.
Of course, some of them do come to me eventually. For while heaven may be closed, I am always open, even on Christmas.
That righty.
Gabriel has a plan. Humans, and how I love you talking monkeys for this, know more about war and treachery of the spirit than any angel. Gabriel is well aware of this and has found a way to steal the blackest soul on earth to fight for him. If he wins, heaven opens. I know that this new heaven will just be another hell. You see, I'm not here to help you, little bitch, because I love you or because I care for you, but because two hells is one hell too many. And I can't have that. What I'm offering you is a chance not only to save Mary, but to finally open heaven to your kind. What do you say?
Yeah, and I think she takes him up on the deal. Like she literally makes a deal with with Lucifer right there. But let's go to was it Constantine?
And fellas, as much as I love to argue, Carbon, even though I give you hell, I still love you. Pixie dust.
Always starting tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery.
You want to watch this last one? It's gonna be our last one. We're gonna end this thing. We're done. You still there?
I'm saying.
Okay, all right, yeah. This is another one that we think is really good, Carbonate, but it's more of on the comedic side. But it's pretty good. No, they didn't show the beginning.
One soul.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, is this the one where he kills that one guy?
Hmm?
I think I know what you're talking about.
All right, here we go.
Aren't they at a hospital or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, that's where he kills that one guy.
Again, right there, right? The subtlety. Subtlety, man. It's something about that scene.
No,
the way,
I don't mind that.
The way it was blocked.
Way better than the other one.
The way it was blocked, right? And you just see his feet coming down, almost like he's coming out of the air, like thin air, and there's like tar on his feet, like he just left hell or something like that. It was masterfully done. Much better than now. That weird thing with his mouth.
Less is better. Less is better.
Yeah, but let's keep playing it.
What took you so long? Hello, John.
Again. Like, is he John? John, no. Hello, John. Whispering, subtlety. He's Lucifer. Lucifer is like. Lucifer's almost supposed to be like, okay, he's so silent that he's like a whisper, like he's whispering in your ear to sin, to go do these bad things, to do these horrible things. You know how that famous thing is the angel on this shoulder, the devil on this shoulder, and they're both whispering to you, and you got to decide which one you want to listen to. So again, all the ones that people enjoy or think are masterful, you know, this one has 25,000 likes, whereas the other one only had 350 or whatever, and they're probably liking it because they're like laughing at it. But anyway, let's continue.
You're the one soul I would come up here to collect myself.
Okay, pause it one more time.
All right, let's stop pausing. I think it's 8 minutes long. What's up?
All right. The other thing about it is they play on the way he's dressed too.
Yeah, with the white suit.
With the white suit, you know, because Lucifer means morning star.
Morning star, so, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna rewind you just a little bit because that one part was funny when he started clapping.
I would come up here to collect myself. So I've heard. You mind? Oh, go right ahead. I've got stock. Coffin now. Very fitting, John. And now when you cut too deep, you got the tendons. Finger movement goes out the window. Let me help you.
You see what he's doing? You see what he's doing? You see, like, it's small things like that. It's small thing, like, because the devil, he plays with you. He messes with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all... I get it, your generation, you like all the bombastic, I want attention, or whatever. But it's small things like that, to me, that makes it a good performance. Like, I mean, it'd be interesting to know if that was ad-libbed. Like, was that written in the script, or he just do that because he's getting into character? Instead of now, like, stop it! Like, this is a horrible. Man, let's keep going. I promise you, I won't pause it again. But I had to say that.
See, Sonny, I've got a whole theme park full of red delights. Aren't you a peach? I didn't think you would make the same mistake twice. And you didn't. Did you? So how's the family? Family's doing just fine. Busy. Need a vacation. Word is that kid of yours is a chip off the old block.
Well, one does what
With
one
one
can.
tran.
He's in the other realm.
Boys will be boys.
With Gabriel.
No accounting for taste, really.
They have the spear of destiny.
They have the spear of destiny.
The spear of destiny.
Or is it another one of your cons? Look for yourself. You've waited 20 years for me, though. What's another 20 seconds?
Very similar. No weird CG mouth thing. That was CG though.
Yeah.
Cool ass scene though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the other thing about this. It shows you how Lucifer can kind of stand still in time. You know, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
This world is mine. In time. You, best of all of us, Gabriel, should understand. Ambition.
Son of perdition. Little horn. Most unclean.
I do miss the old name. Time to go home, son.
I will smite thee. In his honor.
Looks like somebody doesn't have your back anymore.
We see now he definitely looks like a villain after doing that for sure.
All right, so we're gonna stop it there because I want to get too much of a copyright strike. That was about 5 minutes. But the other cool thing is when Lucifer thinks he's about to take John Constantine's soul to hell, but then God finally redeems him. So you see, as John Constantine about to go to heaven, he kind of flicks off Satan as he's being. I always thought, that scene. But there's some other ones too, Carbon, that just utterly destroys Will Smith's performance as Lucifer. So I'm sorry. I personally feel a deep sense of pain when someone tries to justify that as not that bad. No, it's bad. It's bad. His performance is bad. It lacks subtlety. It lacks any kind of convincing nature to it. He's an awful actor. He's a likable actor. Well, not well. Since was a likable actor. No, it's one of the worst. It's one of the worst. It's one of the worst. Yeah, for sure. It's like that level of acting he did in that one. That level of acting he did in that one scene is basically it's the type of thing you would see in a grade B movie. Is what we saw in that right there. That's how bad it was. And
but sometimes watching grade B movies aren't bad though. What do you mean?
I mean, there's certain gravy movies that I think you can get.
Supposed to be a great. If it's a gravy movie, I mean, it's not the worst sort of gravy movie.
I mean, you're making a lot of justifications, but you're using a lot of justifications for mediocrity. All I'm saying is that most low grade B movies are bad. Most of them are horrible. Most of them are bad. A lot of so-called big budget movies are bad. To tell you the truth, and that was one of them. That was definitely one of them. Especially that one scene. I mean, just god fucking awful. Dog shit. But there's some other ones. I think Sardo Numspa as the demon and Golden Child did a great job. Of course, I think Tom McCurry as Darkness and Legend did a great job. You know, there's a few others. I'm sorry, Tim Curry. There's a few other ones that I think. What's the one with Robert De Niro? Robert De Niro. Can't remember the name of the movie.
Something.
Angel Heart.
Oh,
yeah.
I've been way off.
Yeah, he was pretty good in that. Al Pacino, of course, in The Devil's Advocate. I'm sorry. I think you got to have a certain amount of screen presence and gravitas to pull off that type of role. And Will Smith, I think he has screen presence because he's tall, he's handsome, and people like him. But as far as like gravitas, like seriousness, someone I could take serious. I mean, he's a wisecracker. Like, he's always been that. That's why he's good in those types of roles, like as a wisecracker. That's why he was good in Men in Black, because that's kind of what you expect out of him. He's the wisecracking, attractive black man. You know what I'm saying? He's what you expect in a corny ass show like The Prince of Bel-Air. You know what I'm saying? But anything beyond that, I'm sorry, that dude cannot fucking act. He's just so unconvincing, in my opinion. But with that, guys, that's pretty much all I got to say. I think we did pretty good. We talked about some interesting things. We berated Carbon for his lack of culture, but it's not your fault, Carbon. You're still young, man. You still learning.
There's not necessarily lack of culture to say compared to the movies that are coming out now.
So lack of culture. If you've been in church, if your parents have had you in church, right?
Dude, that was when I was young. I forgot like all that. What do you mean, dude?
But that's what I'm saying. It's a lack of culture because even though I stopped going to church, I never stopped studying because I was curious about the Bible. Why so many people were infatuated with it? You know what I'm saying? And about the myths.
No, I'm like, my opinion. It's a boring story. I couldn't get through that, bro.
Let me finish what I'm saying. So much of Western culture comes from the Bible. A lot of our metaphors, our themes, our sayings, our understanding of spirituality and morality comes from that. And I think that's why. And I'm a religious. I'm a atheist, so I'm not saying that everyone should be a Christian. What I am saying is, I think with the death of Christianity, the death of spirituality, religion in the West, in many ways we're worse because of it, because our art is just such shit right now. There's nothing, what's the word? The numinous, the grand, the thing that's larger than you. You don't see that in movies now, and when they try to do it, it just comes off as like stale. You know what I'm saying? Like what we saw in Will Smith, because they didn't understand what Satan was. Satan's not this yell at top of the, I mean, yeah, he might get to that point, but that's not how you introduce it. You know what I'm saying? That's not. And I never seen the full movie, so maybe there was other scenes that kind of hinted to. I don't know, but that kind of led up to that. I don't know, but that one scene, it was awful. It was so bad. And I'm sorry, I Am Legend was a shit movie. It was a shit movie. I'm sorry. I even when it came out, I was like, "What?" Like, I just couldn't understand why people liked it. I didn't understand it. It was just so bad to me. But anyway, you guys have anything else to say for in this?
See y'all next week.
All right, man.
Next week.
And we're gonna end it here.